The reverse sear is dead, and here's why. I have not used this method for the last 5 years for a few reasons. Number one, it takes too long to cook. Number two, it does not produce better flavor. And number three, there's not one steakhouse in the planet that uses this technique. So that got me thinking, if a steakhouse does not use this technique, probably it's because it's not best. And on today's video, I'm gonna try to replicate the best steak I had in a steakhouse. And let me tell you something, they didn't use charcoal, they used a broiler. And it was an incredible steak. Let's see if I can figure this out. Now, if you don't know what reverse sear is, let me explain. First, you cook the steak slowly over low heat. This cooks the inside evenly without burning the outside. But you stop before it's fully done. Then after that, you heat it with super high heat to create the crust. And when done right, you end up with this. Now honestly, reverse sear makes a great steak. But my biggest issue with it is that the reverse sear takes a long time. And even after that, the crust is never quite like a steakhouse, because most steakhouses don't cook steak this way. Instead, they use powerful broilers. But there's a problem. I don't have a $50,000 steakhouse broiler at home. So instead, I'm gonna use the best next thing. It's the Unicoda 2 Max. Now what I love about it is that it has 2 burners. It can get super hot and get those beautiful crust I'm looking for, but at the same time, I can lower the temperature down and cook it nice and slow. Right here, there's a digital temperature hub where I can see the exact temperature. It uses gas, so it's only outdoors. Keep that in mind. Now in this video, I'll be cooking several different steaks with different types of thickness, style, and most importantly, grades of steaks. We're gonna start with this one right here, which is a New York strip. When you're cooking at such high temperatures, you don't want to season your steak at all. That will come later. But one thing you must do immediately is pat it dry. Moisture is your #1 enemy whenever you're trying to get a good sear on a steak. This one is ready. Outside we go. There's one thing I gotta do, okay, in order to get this steak nicely seared, and that is to first preheat it. I got 2 cast iron pans in there. I'm gonna put it right here in the stainless steel trivet stand. It is super hot, but I'm going to brush some beef tallow on it. I'll grab the steak and I'm just gonna put it down right here. I want nice contact. And inside of the onion we go. For about 4 minutes. We got the steak cooking at a top temperature of 950 degrees Fahrenheit. It's broiling nicely. It's looking good, everybody. It doesn't take that long at all. I mean, just look at this crust, everybody. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for. Let's take a look at this side. Oh, I mean, look at that beautiful crust, everybody. And we're gonna get some seasoning on it because it has no seasoning at all. And I'm gonna be using some flaky salt because I want that crunch. So now, using the beef tallow that was rendered over here, I'm gonna throw it on top of the steak. So what this does is caramelize and crystallize the salt, making it a super crunchy bark. I'm gonna wrap this just like that. The Coda 2 Max comes with a thermometer so we can monitor the internal temperature of the steak. As you can see, it's pretty raw. It's still 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So we need to bring it up to temperature nice and slow. I'm looking for a final internal temperature in the oven of around 115 to 120 max. Okay, that was probably one of the fastest steak I've ever cooked ever. I mean, take a look at this steak right here, everybody. That is a picture perfect crust. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm talking about, everybody. I absolutely love the crust and the crystallization of that flaky salt. If you want a crunchy bark, you definitely want to use this technique. But there's something missing. Extra seasoning besides just salt and smokiness. Oh, and it only took 8 minutes. That's it. That steak was pretty good, but it was missing 2 things. Extra seasoning because we only use salt, and smokiness. And for that, I'm gonna be using this beautiful ribeye. We want a nice contact there. Now grab this. We're looking for about 3 minutes on that crust. It's not gonna take long at all. As you can see, the fire is burning, the fat is rendering, just like that. Oh, I'm so happy with this crust. I mean, just look at it, everybody. I love the effect that the salt gave, so I'm definitely gonna use this salt right here. But I'm also going to add extra seasoning, which is salt, pepper, garlic powder, and I'm even gonna add even more flavor. Just like I did before, this technique worked extremely well. We're gonna do the same thing now. But just like before, I gotta cook it in indirect heat because we got a beautiful crust, but it's still completely raw in the inside. But since it's hot, it's gonna come up to temperature much faster. I'm gonna lower the temperature of the uni, and inside it goes. Because now, we're just gonna wait a couple of minutes, much faster technique than the reverse sear. Come on, man, it's not even comparable. And just like that, it is ready. Oh, wow, this steak looks gorgeous. What a nice, beautiful crust. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this open. What I like to do with a bigger bone-in ribeye like this, I just like to first remove the steak from the bone. I'm gonna go ahead and slice this right here. I mean, look at it, everybody. Just the way I like it, medium rare. But we're not done. I'm gonna transfer all of my beautiful ribeye. I'm gonna cover this up. I'm gonna smoke it for a little bit. Oh, it just smells marvelous. That is incredible. It is juicy, flavorful, incredible crust. And most importantly, nice and smoky. That is insane. But if I'm being completely honest, I still don't think it's good enough. I think we can get even something better out of this. A little bit more of richness because I cut out all of the fat, and some type of a sauce so I can scoop it up like this and just dig in. Next up, a porterhouse steak. I'm gonna treat it slightly different because I'm keeping everything that works on this steak, but adding more to have the ultimate payback. And into the oven it goes. It's not gonna take long at all. That's one of the things I love about the uni. All right, it's been, I don't know, maybe a little bit less than a minute or a minute or so. Let's take this out and see how well we got with this crust. Oh, wow. I mean, just look at it, everybody. I'll start with that flaky salt, followed by some black pepper, garlic powder, tiny bit of barbecue rub for some smokiness. Now we fry this thing. Getting a super crunchy and crispy. Incredible bark and crust on this steak. And now we wait until it comes to temperature. I'm looking at 120 for this one. While that porterhouse is cooking in indirect heat, when I went to Peter Luger, they had one thing that I liked. Just one, not that many. And that was that incredible butter that they have on the bottom. So here's what I need. I'm going to grab a whole stick of butter. I'll throw it right there. Notice how the butter is kind of like room temperature. A little bit of that garlic powder and pepper mix, followed by the barbecue rub for some smokiness. I'll mix this up and make a compound butter out of it. I'll grab that compound butter, throw it right in the middle. I'll spread it on the bottom of the plate. You see that? That's exactly what I'm looking for. Let's grab that steak. Steak is up to temperature. Look at that crust. Wow. And I am going to put it directly on top of that butter. Now I can cover the steak or put it back in the uni just so that the butter will melt. Let me do that right now. The butter has completely melted and made a sauce. There's one extra step I want to take because the previous steak was nicely smoked, but no real charcoal flavor at all. So I want to try something else on this one here. I'm going to grab this steak. I'm going to lay it down right here. Got a heat safe container right there. I got a little piece of charcoal lit up. I'm going to put it right down. Now I'll grab a little bit of the Wagyu fat. I'll put it right down like this. That goes over. Now what this is going to do is create a different type of smoky flavor. The previous one was wood. This one will be more charcoal, more pronounced flavor. And just like that, that is done. This is what I like, everybody. When I say I don't like grill marks, this is what I mean right here. Let's go ahead and slice it. We have the New York strip and the filet mignon. Oh. Just perfect, everybody. I'll place this down here, filet mignon, and that goes this way. Now, just like they do in Peter Luger Steakhouse, they'll tilt the plate like this for you. They'll grab a little bit of that butter, and they'll say,
"The healthy juice." Healthy juice.
That's the best one. It is juicy, it is tender, it is flavorful. And the smokiness that you get from the charcoal is actually a lot better than the wood chips. But we're not done. And I'm cooking this with it. It is a thick tomahawk steak. Most people cooking this kind of steak will definitely do the reverse sear. Let's see how it does front sear. Press it down for contact. Into the oven it goes. Doesn't take long, man. It doesn't take long. Oh, look at this crust. That is insane. Generous amount of that flaky salt, seasoning, rub, and we fry. I've cooked a lot of steaks in my life, but this kind of searing right here and crust, I have never gotten. We're gonna grab this thermometer and I'm gonna stick it right over here so we can maintain the temperature. But now let me show you what I'm gonna do with the side dish. Here I have 3 potatoes that I wrapped in aluminum foil. Inside the uni it goes. And now I'll lower the temperature of the left side of the uni with this dial. This allows you to have different oven temperatures that you need for side dishes. I'll grab my steak. I'm gonna put that aluminum foil right on top. I'll cook this one slowly at low temperature, and I have a feeling that we're gonna be in for a treat because those potatoes are gonna be delicious. Again, beautiful crust, man. Now I'm gonna let this rest just for a little bit and I'm gonna go get our potatoes. Now these potatoes are nice and soft already. I'm gonna go ahead and open one up. Ooh, there you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the potato right in the middle. Next, I'll grab a little bit of that Wagyu fat and I'm gonna brush it on the potato right here on the edges. I'm gonna grab some flaky salt and add it there. I'll add some creme fraiche right inside of the potato, like so. Followed by some cheddar cheese. I'm gonna add some bacon bits right on the top. And to finish, some chives. There you have it. A nice, beautiful side dish to go along with our tomahawk steak. Talking about that, it's ready. So what I like to do with a tomahawk steak is first, I'll cut that out. I'll remove this. I'll start with the bone, which most people love, followed by the eye, a few pieces of the cap, and my baked potato. If I go to a steakhouse and they serve me this, I'm gonna be a real happy boy. I'm gonna be honest with you. It has everything I'm looking for on a steak. The crust is crackly. The steak is extremely juicy. I want to try it with the baked potato. Wow, that potato is perfectly cooked. So I've learned a lot in this video, but I'm not done. I still have to do one more, and that would be to cook the most expensive steak in the world with a front sear. Most of the time in Japan, they cook it super slow at very low temperature. And the reason they do that is because they want to render the fat. I'm doing the complete opposite. So I'm not quite sure what's about to happen, but I'm up for the challenge. I know what you're thinking. You're really gonna add beef tallow in there? Yes, I am. Just a little bit. Ooh, it barely fits. Into the oven he goes. I think it's been about 45 seconds or so. I don't want to overcook this steak. That's the last thing I want to do. Oh, wow. Just look at it. Flaky salt goes in, followed by that AP, some barbecue rub for some smokiness, and we fry the seasoning. Incredible crust as expected. I'll lower the temperature to its lowest setting. Now on this one, I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk. I'm not putting any aluminum foil at all. Now the only thing left to do is to grab my thermometer, and as you can see, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. I want it to come up a little bit, but I still want it raw because I got something else I want to do with it. And we got our steak. I wish I would have tried that earlier because I didn't have to put aluminum foil at all. Let's go ahead and cut it and see how we did. Oh, it is perfect. Now I'm gonna cut it kind of like a Japanese style. Nice. I got a few little pieces of rice. I'll grab a steak. Instead of putting wasabi, I'll put a little bit of gochujang, and that goes underneath the rice, just like so. I lit up some bichotan, which is Japanese charcoal, and we're gonna put it right over the steak. This will produce that smoky flavor that we want. Now I'll grab a little bit of soy sauce and just brush it on top like this, getting a nice, beautiful coating on that Wagyu and that smoky flavor. Let's go for a bite. Wow, wow, wow. There are very few things in life that it tastes better than that, everybody. That was absolutely delicious. Specifically right here on that little crust right there. Now I've learned this technique from my good friend Chef Taka from Takato. It was great then, and it is still great here for this technique. Well, I've learned a lot in this video, but I still stand exactly how I started. The reverse sear method is dead to me. I would never do it again. It just takes too long. The Onikoda 2 Max performed beautifully. I could have not asked for a better pizza oven. If you want to get one for yourself, check out the link on the description down below. And thank you, Uni, for sponsoring this video. I love this oven. And I can use it to make pizza too. If you're interested on getting one, make sure you check out the link on the description down below. All the information will be there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.